Once again, welcome to the Hidden Sound Podcast. I'm your host, Saint Ave, aka Bryant, and joining with me as always is my brother, Bradwick.
Hello.
We're back.
This is gonna be a tough one.
Okay,
I think we can do it, though.
All right, starting off, comment watch. Someone agrees with me, actually. That's the one I wanted to.
Which one was that?
So on I posted a video about Demon Slayer and and whether or not the entertainment arc is top tier. And how I was all into it, and you were like,
I was just
and a guy was like, no, I agree with Brian. I was like, yeah, there you go. I was like, there you go. So
I remember that comment.
Yeah, I
remember that comment.
I was like, yes, thank you.
The one comment I did see about the one where I was talking about how it was formulaic, and then somebody said, "Well, One Piece is formulaic, but no one wants to have that discussion."
Yeah,
but but I kind of disagree with them because like each island in One Piece is like very, very different with its own set of rules.
Yeah.
And it's kind of different character design, so it makes it incredibly different. Whereas opposed to like with Demon Slayer, it's kind of like not that really, even though it's a different mission, but overall it still feels very similar.
Yeah.
But with One Piece, things are so drastically different to each island or each place that they go to. So it is, but at the same time it's not, since things are vastly different.
Well, guess what? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you're not caught up yet.
Not caught up.
You're not caught up. I saw that one. I got so mad.
I mean, okay. For the sake of argument, assuming that this show One Piece is a good show, which I have no idea.
Are you still on episode 80?
89, yeah, but yeah, I have a plan for me to catch up. One of the episodes will be contingent on me catching up.
All right,
but assuming the show that is called One Piece that I assume people have watched, consider it good. I will say Demon Slayer, if I agreed, was not as good as you think it is. I think it has to do a better job because it's newer. This show,
right.
One Piece started back in a time where it was a different.
It was
time.
kind of on its. Not I want to say not on its own, but yeah, it was just a different time to put out anime when
It's from what I remember, it's a lot better than a lot of what I remember being out there. At least plot wise for the time. Yeah. Now I'm spoiled for like. I get really dense stories and
now you don't have to waste any time to get to the point.
Literally, you watch One Piece in those episodes.
You're not gonna find things out.
Okay, I had this thought about One Piece, like at least for the episodes that I've seen. If you're a kid watching this like in the '90s, and you're like you miss a week, doesn't even matter because it's gone nowhere. It takes 3 episodes to get anywhere. So you can miss the week and be all caught up,
Oh nothing, you can definitely. Well, now
nothing
you can still miss a couple of weeks. They stretched out the anime's too stretched out now.
Yeah, but I'm going to. So shout out to the commenter who agree with me because I much rather be right. All right, so news. This is okay. So I feel like we can do anime and animation adjacent, depending on if it fits.
Yeah.
So I have X-Men '97. I know it's not anime, but I thought it was really cool. I definitely watched it growing up. Did you watch it?
I don't think I really watched that.
I feel like you missed.
I think that part I missed. I don't think I was. I think I was.
It was really good.
Because I think at that point I was probably more into Pokemon. But yeah, I didn't really watch it that much.
Yeah. No. Okay. X-Men. Did it come out in '97? I thought it started before. Yeah, '92. It ended in '97.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Maybe that's
the original run, I believe, ended in '97. Yep, but it started in '92, so you definitely missed the run. It was very mature for a series targeted at kids, but so was the Batman animated series, which you probably also missed.
I actually watched a season or two like 10 years ago. And it was a kid show.
Yeah, you were a kid.
I was like, it was really good.
Yeah, it was around the time Mortal Kombat came out, like the original run. Yeah. They started really stamping down on like what you can show kids. But X-Men and the Batman series were like, why am I watching this as a kid? It's the themes are very like adult. But it was very good. So they're gonna have all new series. It picks up from where the old series left off. So I low-key want to watch the original series again.
Yeah.
Just so I can watch that. It's going to be on Disney Plus starting March 20th. In a recent Hollywood Reporter article on the state of Marvel Studios, it was revealed that the X-Men 97 trailer is the most watched trailer of all their animated properties. So people are hyped. Wow. That came from AIPTcomics.com. But anyways, people are hype. A lot of it has to do with like nostalgia.
Because people really love like the '90s like animated shows, like you're saying, like with Batman, X-Men. Like people like Batman Beyond. People was rocking with Teen Titans for a long time. Like people love because DC and Marvel did a really good job with their animated series, and I guess with this, it does hit the nostalgia button a lot. Yeah. Now that it's coming back and continuing the story. I never watched it. I think I was just too young, so I think it passed me. Mm-hmm. But it seems like it's gonna be good. So
I feel like with the X-Men movies, one of the biggest complaints was that as much as everyone loves Hugh Jackman, it's a choice when you think about the original Wolverine. Yeah, he's a much different character in the original. He's kind of like grubbly and short and like
the animated version.
Yeah. So yeah, because like, and then my favorite was always Gambit. I used to love Gambit.
They did not do him justice in the movies
at all. No. Jesus Christ! I wonder if they're gonna get the same voice actor or someone who's gonna do something close to that. But anyways, I'm kind of here for it. If we do cover it, I'm going to probably
have to rewatch the entire X-Men.
I know.
I wonder how many episodes was that?
It's
like you said it started in 90. It's probably
it was 5 seasons. 5 seasons. Oh, I'll have to split that in 2, right?
God, how many episodes is that?
I know this is like 90s. It's probably like 100 episodes. A number of episodes. Can you tell me? I don't know. It seems like too many. But okay, I gotta. Wait, are you gonna watch it at all?
Well, I mean, if I because I haven't seen the X-Men series, so it's like, do I want to watch?
Oh, it's kind of a gun to your head. It's like, oh no.
Oh god. Okay. If it's not too many episodes, I may give it a shot.
All right,
that would be a good episode.
All right, so the fun news. There's always fun news every episode.
That's not really fun news.
Your favorite anime of all time, your favorite movie, Your Name. I saw this article and I was like, I cannot wait to talk about this. All right, so I just have my note here says read articles. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just read the article there.
You know how they forgot their names on the mountain? I was like, I wish I forgot this article.
So the headline is Police Arrest Your Name producer on suspicion of soliciting minors for nude photos.
It is so bad. It is so bad.
You know what? It makes me really... Okay, you remember when the movie focuses on the two characters that are in high school.
Yeah.
And it opens up with her fondling herself. And I that scene... I question that scene so much now. Like,
well, now it looks way worse.
It looks so worse in hindsight.
It looks so bad now.
Dude, I was like, come on.
He's 52. Yeah. That's so nasty.
And then in the article, it says that he was aware of the girl's age. And then it says, according, he said, I
think I know you're gonna go with this. I'm looking at it.
What does it say?
Police said that the alleged crime was discovered as part of a different prostitution investigation.
Yeah.
Yo, how deep are you into it to be caught?
Oh my god!
You're like, what are you doing here? Like, we're just looking at somebody else.
God, yeah. So I mean, Your Name, just sullying the name of Your Name. He claimed to authorities that he'd done it with other people, so he couldn't tell if this was the girl or not. That he was.
Yeah. Lock him up.
Oh my lord.
Lock him up.
Oh, so yeah, once again,
I'm not gonna watch the movie for a little bit.
Yeah, I remember watching that scene with the girl, and I was like, okay, that's a choice. I mean, I understood if you're a young boy and you're in a girl's body, that's probably the thing that you would do first. But I remember watching it and going,
it was weird. It was the start.
I was like, can I even 18? Like,
yeah, I'm like, that's how you start the movie.
Like, make it. Like, I think you could have made it a 17 or 18-year-old girl, which I don't think is any better, because to me, 18-year-old is just as young.
It's still pretty.
Right, you're 52. Your age starts at 30. But anyways, yeah. So that's your favorite movie, just Sully.
Well, I'm not gonna watch that for a while.
Well, I mean, look at the bright side. He's only a producer. I'm sure there
are probably other producers, not of course.
Yeah, he's probably not like the director or like so.
Still,
but
still
I definitely
still made an article about it. Now I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I was so like, I saw that and I was like, oh my god, that's rough. More interestingly, fun news. The ladies hate Dragon Ball.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So apparently there was this this survey that went out that I guess they talked to different viewers of all different shonen and whatnot, and it turned out that women really do not like Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
So the data reveals that Dragon Ball's demographics were around 84% male, with the average supporter being about 36 years old. So I was like, you're not even getting
that's the average supporter?
So I'm looking at Steve.
Oh, well, it's an older show. So
it makes sense that it's older, but last week we were talking about Dragon Ball continuing for like 10 more years, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. And I remember thinking, I don't think people younger than us are really checking for Dragon Ball like that. Maybe they are.
So. I don't know if they are.
But it's kind of proves it to me. Like, one.
Yeah, if 36 is the average age.
It's the average
age.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the average age. Which, I mean, it makes sense. Once again, it makes sense because it's older. There's other titles in this chart. There's this chart here that has but you can't. I can't read it because it's all in Japanese. So yeah. I was trying to throw it in.
Oh, that's a crazy chart.
Yeah, so I need to find a translated version of that. If I get it, we'll talk about it next week.
But yeah, I can see how women don't like
it's all fights.
Yeah, it's all fights. It's like what stereotypical guys like fighting and yelling and superpowers.
Let me say that differently. It's not that it's fights. What we think like machismo at a young age would be. It's a weird fantasy for like young male. Kind of thing.
I'm referencing him again. I know FD Signifier had a video a few months ago.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he had something about boys and anime and stuff. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Mm-hmm. And it's just like stuff that like young boys will like, and it's not really something that girls are really interested in.
Yeah, for those who don't know, check out FD Signifier's video. Kind of butchering it, but it's essentially it's this fantasy of being. This machismo state of being a male, and all DBZ is yelling and somehow getting ridiculously stronger.
Yeah.
Women barely exist in the series outside of Bulma
and Chi-Chi doing something. Whatever.
Yeah, and Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
But they're kind of like they're there for the growth of the main characters. So
yeah.
Because I don't want people thinking, oh, because they're fighting, women won't like it. No, it's a bit more than that. It's like, it's just, it's So, but then the 30, even if your target was,
I never would have guessed 36.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, but like now that I think about it, that makes sense. But like at first, it was probably 25 or something. I was like, oh, my God.
No, it makes sense, and so that's kind of why I'm like, yeah, y'all need to fix this.
Yeah,
get some different right. So yeah. Dragon Ball, get it together. I gotta do something. I'd say it's past its prime. Last bit of news is Boruto is delayed. So according to this article from AnimeCrunch.com, leaks circulating online have revealed that the highly anticipated return of Boruto has been delayed significantly. Previously rumored to be on a brief hiatus, fans now face the prospect of waiting several more years before the series resumes. Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I thought no one liked Boruto.
Yeah, no one like. It's not really. People don't like it.
I thought the concept. I've only seen like 10 episodes just to see what. I'm sure it's bad. I did like the swing of like, yo, the age of ninjas dying, technology's coming in, and how to deal with that.
I thought that part was an interesting concept.
But I and a part of the reason why they're delaying is that the managing director for Studio Peria is that they're going to focus on more high quality anime, which I'm like, yes, high quality, as in like taking Attack on Titan. I'm very happy that they waited a year out. Like, don't just make fillers. Just I will wait a year out.
Yeah, they really need to do this because they like give everybody a break on the animation team. Have the manga go out, get some distance with the manga, and then you come back in a couple of years, and then you take time to actually make a good show as opposed to just crapping out low quality episodes. Because like no one really likes Boruto.
Right,
I'm not saying I don't know if the manga might not be good either. Because I'm not really seeing any rave reviews about the manga.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But if you at least want the anime to be somewhat better, at least give yourself time to be able to make it a better series.
Right. Wait, what are they? I'm trying to search real quick. Like, what titles do they have that people are really checking for? Like, from a quality standpoint, as of like the last decade. Like, I don't know. And once again, I could be wrong, but to me, like Mappa, what's the other studio that we like a lot?
Not Ufotable.
I mean, even they're way better.
That's Demon Slayer, right?
That's Demon Slayer, yeah. But yeah, I don't know if their titles are really good right now. They're not putting out anything.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna say this, and then they're gonna come back on my comments being like, "What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Did you forget this? Did you forget that?"
Yeah, but like as far as like like between the big releases of the last decade, like the
You gotta start adapting now.
Yeah,
you can't like the old days of like putting out an episode a week is just not gonna cut.
Yeah, like Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, like the big massive One Punch Man. They're not coming out of that studio,
Yeah, because it's like I don't know how you can be Studio Peria and just look at these massive premieres with like Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan, JJK, even Demon Slayer, and just being like, we're just gonna keep doing one episode a week, and they're behind. It's like, how do you like? This has been going on for years now. Like, what are you guys doing? Like this is not something new. It's like people are like, finally take a break and then give yourself time to like come up with new ideas and like make a quality show.
Right. What was the first studio for Wit? That's the studio.
For Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Wit.
Wit. Yeah. They need to follow the Mappa guide to making quality anime.
Yeah.
Studio Parrot needs to find a Wit series.
Yeah.
And then that's already been started, highly acclaimed, and then steal it.
Oh yeah,
just steal it. Like how Mappa does, and they'll make bank. That is if you're an anime studio out there, you need to just go to Wit and whatever they started, it's gonna be a banger. Just steal that and finish it up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at see how many filler episodes there are for the series because I'm on this is articles from Screen Rant from December 5th, 2023, and they said Boruto Naruto Next Generation has a high amount of filler episodes, accounting for 70% of the show.
Like, what are you doing?
Due to the need for the manga author to stay ahead. And they
stop making the show.
Then they said, despite the excessive filler, the series still remains popular and enjoyed by many fans.
I mean,
at some point, like, I know people, like, I said something on TikTok about a couple of years ago. And then people were saying, something about, like, there's too many fillers for Boruto. Like, why are you doing this? And people were like, you don't have to watch the filler, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm like, you're not understanding the point.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're trying to, like, you don't need the filler. Like, save money.
Save money. Well, actually.
They're making money.
They've kind of got themselves in the bind.
And it's like, at some point, it's like, now, because they were probably making all this money, and so is One Piece. They're probably making a lot of money from getting all the viewers. And they want to keep putting out all these episodes. But at some point, your quality's dipping.
Yeah, I gave Attack on Titan a hard time about the ending, but I have to give them credit. Like, they changed the game. It's like, they got a much bigger send off. It has a much more solidified position right now than the Naruto series. Yeah. I mean, or at least even as far as because it's of the quality, you know.
Right.
I mean, Naruto's probably still more popular quantitatively, but as far as the impact and the imprint, you know, it's like people will remember, Attack on Titan, and I think Boruto is making the change because they went, oh, we can make a gazillion fuck ton of money without having to keep cranking out new episodes if we just give them a quality 24, you know. But
it's just frustrating because it's like, why are you thinking of this now? This has been going on for a while, but it's like better late than never, I guess.
Yeah.
I think fans of Boruto will actually really, really like this.
Yeah.
And I think some of the reactions on that article, they're like, thank God they're taking a break. Give everybody a break.
Because I still maintain they could have did the Great Ninja War in 20 episodes and called it a day.
See, that's when they should have taken a break.
Yeah.
Was for the Ninja
and
War.
really give me an actual Great Ninja War instead of fighting the putties the entire time. That's what they did, right? They fought putties. Power Ranger putties the entire time.
That's pretty much all they do.
Like, it was so... and then... I'm kicking on Naruto again, but like, why do you guys fight reincarnate everyone?
Yeah, that was so dumb.
I'm so mad about that.
So
I was like, you're just
dumb.
And then half of the clones just
oh my god, it's the Dooba Dooba from the Mist. Oh my god, I'm like,
and then half of them through the power of friendship decide, you know what, I'm just happy dead because I want you guys to win. Like, no, I'm living. I'm going with the bad guy. I'm gonna be alive.
Asuma's like, kill me again. I'm like, nah, please don't.
It's like, I'm fighting you, but I can't. You have to win. Like, no, I'm killing you. Like, I'm actually gonna try to fight you. Like, oh my god,
I want to stay alive.
Asuma's trash. I hate. Oh god. Anyways, so good luck, Boruto. All right,
here we go.
Boruto. Boruto.
Boy in the Heron.
God, tell you something. Boy in the Heron and Spirited Away.
If we can even talk about it extensively.
All right. Let's start with Boy in the Heron. Okay. So, Boy in the Heron is... Everyone's like, it's a masterpiece. Yes. And guess what? I don't care. I don't care. It's very well animated. The music is amazing. It is a beautiful thing to watch. It is boring. I fell asleep. It's a boring masterpiece. It's kind of.
It was. I remember I was in the theater and I was eating popcorn. I'm like, I'm eating loud because the movie was so quiet. I was like, are they not going to play any music in this?
Look, I
felt so self-conscious. I can't eat anything,
dude. I remember like watching and just going, this is such a beautifully drawn anime. It is so beautifully like done. It looks amazing. I forgot the type of anime. It's called isekai. Yeah, it's called isekai anime. Where it's a range of characters where they get transported to like a new life. Yeah. Anyway, so it's the isekai anime where you get where the character gets brought into like a new world.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's interesting. It's just yeah. It's just interesting.
So I'll start with I like Robert Pattinson playing the Heron in the.
My first mistake, I saw it in subs. I did not know I was going to the subs until I got
okay.
And so that was my first mistake.
Right.
I went.
Yeah, like obviously the movie's about like grief because he loses his mom in a hospital fire or something like that, and he moves, and his dad gets with her sister or something like that. I think that's what it was. And I was like, okay. So like it's about grief, which is a good topic to explore. And I think my issue with it is, and I know people are gonna like kind of disagree a little bit. I think with the Ghibli Miyazaki movies, at least with these two, it's like there's a lot of subtext and symbolism, and so like the whole narrative like isn't always noticeable.
Yeah.
And so it's like I felt like the overall plot of the story should have been more established before you got to the subtext and the symbolism. Because I feel like with a lot of his characters that are designed, I feel like they're supposed to mean something.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they look so goofy and crazy and stuff. Like, they're supposed to, like, symbolize something. but like I felt like they were so heavy on the subtext. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah,
like what is going on? So it's like the whole worlds he was going to. I'm not. Like went into that pillar or something out near their house, and then he's going to these different worlds, and I'm like, I'm not following what's happening.
Yeah,
and it got really, really confusing.
I think part of the problem was they could have went right into the tower after the mom died, and if you spent so much time, almost 40 minutes of runtime was before he even got into the tower. Yeah, and you're just like, what's happening? And they apparently part of the subtext was a part of the themes was that he was supposed to be retiring, and he came out of retirement to make this movie. And so, like, a lot of this movie was supposed to be symbolic to him.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And it's him retiring, and him being the old guy at the end who runs the tower. And so that's fine, but I wasn't thinking about that going in. I just wanted to see the story, and I felt like they spent too much. It was too much preamble. Before getting to the point.
It's like I felt like they did a good job getting the grief part and him trying to adjust to like his new life and stuff. And then when it got to the tower, I'm like, what the?
It's actually the funny part. The tower it's actually true. The tower was kind of where I was like, oh, now you're kind of losing me. Like the beginning part, I was kind of okay. I get what's going on.
And let me correct something. I'm not like establishing the fantasy part of it. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, he should establish the fantasy part of it. Then you can like add the subtext and stuff. And I thought that would have worked better. Yeah, but I thought like try to be too clever. It was like too heavy on the cleverness, and I'm like I got kind of confused.
Right, that's exactly what I mean. It was a little too clever by half, at least from my liking. Yeah. We're on the opposite end with Spirited Away, which we'll get to in a minute, but where I had less of a problem with it. They just jumped right into it. I feel like there was no reason for the events, but it's like, But I was happy they got right to it. It's like, okay,
right,
what's happening? Exactly. Oh, it's a bathhouse for spirits. Okay, and it's like I don't have to think because with this I was like, but the fire in the beginning. What's happening here? Oh, this is supposed to be the other world for him to handle the grief of his mom who died. Yeah. Yeah, it was right. His mom dies in the beginning, and in a fire, and then he goes off with his dad to his stepmom, and she's pregnant, and so he's dealing with having to go to a new school. He
hit himself in the head.
I was like what? To get out of going to school, and then there's this Heron, which I hate the design.
It is a weird,
weird design. That's the part where I think where it lost me. Like, I don't need this creepy looking hair. He could have just stumbled his way there. Yeah. I mean, I got why he did it.
And they were trying to make them friends, and I was like, I don't know if it works.
Yeah, it didn't work for me.
I'm like, okay, like
it's not a bad movie. It's just I understand why people think it's a masterpiece, and I will give you that. But it's just not for me.
What I don't like with like shows and movies is when people say, "Oh, if you watch it again, it's gonna be a lot better, though." Yeah. And it's like I shouldn't have to like read essays and reviews and different things for me to like, enjoy the movie. He's like, well, if you just understand all these things, I'm like, why do I gotta understand? Why can't you do it right the first time? I don't. That's just my critique. Because people say, oh, if you read all this stuff, it'll make a lot more sense. And you probably enjoy
I don't want extra homework.
Which is true. Yeah, I don't want I gotta read read all stuff before the movie, and it's like that's what drives me crazy about some of the takes about the movie. It's like, oh, if you just read all this and watch it again, it's gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. I will say I don't mind a rewatch because I will change my mind off of a rewatch. So I was really hoping that it was on video before we did this because I do think I would have another opinion if we got to rewatch it. Because in the theater, I was just like,
God. I wish I was able to rewind in the theater.
Yeah, I wanted to rewind because I was like, what just happened? It wasn't. And the reason why I'm being a bit harder on it, because we just watched Spirited Away, It's just my first time watching it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, okay,
yeah,
I get
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
You know, I have the isekai, or to me, it's also kind of like it's like a weird slice of life style anime.
Yeah.
I don't like them like that.
Right.
Things just happening. You
Yeah.
know, just cause. You know, I'm in a world. Oh, things are just happening. I'm not. As not my. I don't really enjoy those types of shows, right? Which is fine, but with Spirited Away, I was like, oh, it's cool. I get it.
Yeah, it kind of like got to the point. I'm like, okay, all right, okay.
I get a lot more why people like it. I came in ready to start shooting at it. I was like, oh no, okay, it's fine. It's a good show. It's a good movie.
This Boy and the Heron. I would have been fine with the first 40 minutes of like the quietness and like him adjusting. If it just didn't get so goofy with the
hate the.
It was just like
he has two speeds of his animations. The one where I'm like, oh my god, it's so beautiful, and then the one where I go, ew, why would you draw this? I was telling you earlier, and we'll talk about it when we get to the Spirited Away, but when Spirited Away, when the when Yubaba came out, and her head, my Windsor, my daughter, was like, is this an anime? And I was like,
yeah.
And that's kind of what I get from those weird.
They get weird. It gets weird with.
I don't know what his thing with birds with flying birds with heads on them, the human heads on them. I don't like it. It's so.
It is a little creepy.
It takes me out. Like everything about how this anime was drawn was very nice. It's just that. Now I like the parakeet. So that stuff was really cool.
Yeah.
Like there's things that I like about the anime. Like all the parakeet thing I thought was hella funny. All right, with the parakeet king, whatever.
Oh yeah, Dave Bautista, the wrestler in Guardians of the Galaxy, he was the parakeet.
I'm gonna watch this movie again, but in English, I'm because even watching it with the subtitle was very funny.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked when he went into the under like the water place and all the little, I forgot what they called, but they were going up to be born or something like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that scene a lot.
Yeah,
so there are things that I liked about it.
I like about it. I just think I think people are giving a big like it's that Studio Ghibli like cosign.
Yeah,
it's the director.
It means something. It's Studio Ghibli, so it has to be good. Or is this
right? Because I was just sitting there. Oh god, I'm committing a cardinal sin. What's the dude's name again?
Hayao Miyazaki.
Yeah, Hayao Miyazaki. They're gonna kill me online.
Who that guy is? He's the best of all time.
But he is like been just shooting out bangers, right?
Yeah.
And like Princess Mononoke or whatever. Fantastic movie. I'm gonna watch it again, but great movie. Spirited Away. My first time watching Spirited Away. I liked it. It was good. It was fun. It was fun. It was not my style, but things that I would normally go for. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Yeah. This movie, man. I
was struggling with this one.
Yeah, but also to be forgiving. Apparently, it was a it was his self-indulgent project. Like with my last two, I'm going to do what I want. So I kind of do. I get it. Right? I do get it.
Yeah, you just want to do something for yourself if it's your last.
I get it, but I just was like, guys,
I was like, okay.
I was like, this was like, if I had to give it a grade, it's like a C. It was like it was. There's so much to enjoy about it, but I think the parts are greater than the whole. To say anything backwards, I like the music. I love the animation, except for the Heron. Ugly. It was funny at parts. It was just overly long. It didn't get to the point. And by the time I got to the point, it's like, oh, it's a great meaning. It's like, oh, the mom isn't afraid of fire, right? What the young version of his mom said, right? Because just for the spoilers, people at the end, it's like he his mom is in this tower, if you enter this tower, I guess you find different versions of people that you might know in your past life or whatever.
Yeah.
And he finds a younger version of his mom who's kind of helping him get through it. And at one point, I guess the place is burning, and he's like, "I'm not afraid of fire." And that's how the mom died, right?
Yeah.
And then when it gets to the end, when the tower is falling, and they're going back to their worlds, it's like she knows she's going back to where things are over.
Yeah.
But it's nice. Like, he meets his mom. He gets closure from the mom's death. I wanted to watch it again because there's some details that are still a bit fuzzy because I've even watched it in a couple of weeks. But
I felt like when I got to the old man, I was like, oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah.
I was like, do you want to be the leader of this? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he gets to the old man who's the leader of the tower with all the stuff in it. The tower is basically a different world, and the old man runs this world.
Yeah.
And the boy was going to be the leader of the world because he falls in the bloodline.
Was that the grand uncle of
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got the connections you have to almost watch it twice to get all the connections.
Yeah.
But that was the grand uncle who built the tower or whatever, and then he says, "No, I'm going back." All right, and the tower crumbles, and it's a way of him having closure. Yeah. And I get it all. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's just overly long.
Yeah. It's just
I honestly like on an edit, yo. Like he needed like a Puff Daddy in there. Like nah, take out the hi-hat. You know what I mean? Just take out some, and I guarantee you, I would have been like, yo, this is a banger. But it's too long. It's just too long, and I was like,
yeah, it was. I was kind of checking out a little bit.
Yeah,
and it was just like, oh my God.
So yeah, that's my. Not bad. It's just
no, it's not bad. It was just like, you know what? When you just go in with Ghibli and Miyazaki, you just have high hopes for something.
It's a boring masterpiece. That's what it is. It's a boring masterpiece. It's very well done, very well shot, very well acted. It's the sequences are great. It is just overly long, and it's like get to the point. And I'm sorry. I'm going to get flamed online. I don't care. It's boring. It's really well done. It's a really well done, boring thing. It is a really well made Kia.
As I drive a Kia.
No. It's a Porsche with no gas in it to me. It looks nice. Can't go anywhere. Like, get somewhere. I'm like, I drive slow. Let's hit this gas.
Just slow.
Anyways, the second thing, I guess, anything else you want to say about this?
No, I'm done.
I feel bad, but it's good. Now, the next one I decided to squeeze in here real quick was Spirited Away, which I thought was pretty good. I liked it.
Can I start off that the Spirited Away? Those are the worst parents of all time.
Dude, that was my first note. That was my first.
I was like, these are the worst parents.
Dude, oh my, that was my first note. I was like,
these are some dumb parents.
I was like, wait, so y'all just gonna go in here?
Come on. They're like, she was like, no, come on.
So I really was like, so this is gonna be a dream, right? And then at the end, when they get back with the parents,
they don't. Come on, what are you doing? I'm like, it's your.
And he's like, wait, there's dust in the car. Why did there's dust in the car? And I was like, oh my God, they don't realize they've been. I was like,
that was I was like, oh, I wish I knew what happens after that.
Me too.
I was like, I forgot about that. I was like,
oh, 100%. Yeah, I was like,
if I were her, I'll ask for a trade to a new family. I'm like,
oh my God, like, neglectful ass parents.
Trade request, give me to the Lakers. I'm like, no, these people are insane.
Started eating the food. I was like, what are y'all doing? So my only real beef with the show is the nonsensical way of getting into the world. I was like,
I had a good chuckle in that. I was like, these are some dumb parents. I was like, eating an abandoned place. Ooh, food. Let's eat it. I'm like, what are you doing?
So, you know what's funny? I actually, watching Spirited Away made me appreciate The Boy and the Heron a hair more, because A Boy and the Heron is just Spirited Away with no reason for no reason to being there, and the only real connection is that the spirit that she's dealing with is the river. And I was like, it could have been like a dead friend.
You know? Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm blah 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 the river. I
was like, what? Like,
why couldn't this be John from?
You know, or like, I don't know. I'm spitballing here, but like I was a twin when I was in my mom's room and the twin died, right? Yeah, and like that would have been cool. But aside from that, that was my only gripe. I was like, why are you here? Oh, you're shitty parents. That's the only reason why.
My parents wanted to just take a little detour in this abandoned place.
So that's the only real people. Other than that, I was like, I mean, and then the I don't like I hate the big-headed old lady. It creeps me out.
Oh, Yubaba?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She looked kind of crazy.
I was like, ugh. But I mean, I don't have much to say other than that. Once you got past once you got into the first 20 minutes, you're like, okay, we're in here.
Yeah, I liked how they just like established the fantasy part of it like pretty early.
Yeah,
and then kind of getting used to she's getting used to everything, and then it makes a lot of movie like makes a little bit more sense for you to follow, and so you can see how Chihiro is like growing and she's losing her name and stuff, and having to find a job and like working in this place. Yeah. And seeing like just how she grew throughout the journey.
The rules make a lot of sense. Like I wasn't like reaching. I thought all that was pretty cool. I think it's an older anime, so the anime isn't as detailed as Boy and Heron. Yeah, I'm gonna say another hot take. It's well animated, even for the time, and they do a really good job in both movies, like with the sequencing. They do a really good job animating. Yeah. I'm not particularly fond of the anime style per se, but they do a good job animating. But he has a very distinct style, which I do appreciate. It's a very distinct, like animation style, which is good because a lot of anime just kind of they all just look the same. Yeah, so, but God, what's the guy's name again? Hayao Miyazaki. They're gonna kill me online. But Miyazaki has a very unique animation style. But yeah, no, I anything I want to think about this about anything particular about this show. Yeah, it's just things happen. But see, things happen and they were kind of interesting. The only thing I didn't like the weird the face ghost with the mask.
No face or whatever.
No face. Is that used in a different anime as like a bad guy or something?
It looks like a hollow from Bleach a little bit.
That's what that is.
That's what it kind of looks like now.
Yeah, I was like,
Bleach. It kind of looks like one.
I was like, Bleach. I see y'all copying the.
No, I gotta Google that later.
It looks familiar. But yeah, I'm like, what else about this movie? I was just like, oh, okay, I liked it. It was cool. I didn't have anything.
Yeah, I was trying to think about like what lessons like Chihiro was trying to learn as she was like going through the whole thing, because at the beginning of the movie she like wasn't really thrilled about moving and going to a new school, and at the end the line that I liked at the end, I think it might have been the last line, and she was saying, or I think her mom was saying something about the new school, and she was like, oh, I think I'll be able to handle it.
Right, yeah.
And it was like she was able to grow and like work with spirits and like that big spirit that came in, that dirty one. Yep. And they had to clean it out or whatever. I forgot what they did with that, but it like messed up it was stinky or whatever.
Oh yeah, ended up being oh yeah.
I like that scene because when that one came in, like Yubaba and Chihiro, that like their hair like stood up. Yeah. And like, oh, this is disgusting. Yeah. You know.
So yeah, I remember that part. Yeah.
Yeah. So seeing her grow throughout the whole journey and having that line at the end, making her more confident, like, oh, I'll be able to handle this new school thing.
I would kill for a sequel though, because like, how many days passed after that?
That is a good point. I'm
like that must have been at least a cool at a minimum a week.
It had to have been a week,
right?
Yeah, because that grass was growing a little bit.
Yeah, I know. It's like, ever start your new school? I'm like, she's out of school. Like, she's not even enrolled. They have you on a.
Because like, I wonder if they would actually drive back there if they realized they've been gone a week.
Oh, I wanted 10 more minutes. I need to know.
Yeah, like they just kind of left it to your imagination. Also, that was a cool little mini kind of cliffhanger there.
Also, parents lose custody.
They got
worst parents.
Gone for a week because you led her to this place with their spirits.
Oh, what's the dude in the basement that's putting the coals in?
Oh yeah,
he looked like Robotnik, like he looked like straight up Robotnik, yo. Yeah, he did, yeah. I gotta find his name. Hold on. Oh, Kamaji.
Yeah, Kamaji.
Kamaji looked like if someone put Robotnik in like a AI image generator, and I was like, I just was like creeped out. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The faces ain't work. Even the I like when the baby turned into the with the little.
Oh, he turned into the mouse.
Yeah, I was like,
a pig or whatever. Yeah.
I was like, it was a pleasant.
I'll say the one thing I kind of didn't like. I didn't like the Yubaba twin thing.
That was weird.
I was like,
kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't have to do that one. Going back to one thing I did like when parents got turned to pigs. Sorry.
I was like, what is that? Yeah.
But when she was trying to leave and Yubaba's like, you have to pass this test.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I'm going to pass the test anyway. And she was like, oh, none of these pigs are my parents. I don't know why they came up and then like she passed the test. I don't know why I just felt that worked for some reason. I was like, I kind of like that.
Yeah, you know what it is? So when a movie is not done well, you start to criticize all the little why am I this, does this. But this movie had me feeling, I was like, oh, everything was just nice. So so for a lot of it, I was like, forgive it. Who cares?
Yeah.
What a nice movie.
No, but I liked it. I was like, I'm following it. It's pretty fun, and it's like I think if I was like 11 or 12, I may be able to relate to it a little bit more.
Yeah, no, and once again, it made me appreciate the Boy and the Heron a little bit more. So I do feel like, maybe if I saw this first and then saw that, I would have been like, okay, I already know where he's going with this.
Yeah.
You know,
Boy and the Heron, right? What's going on?
I was like, what is happening? Oh, and I was like, oh, it's another world that represents his struggle.
Yeah, because with his movies, it's like you could go on Reddit and find like, symbolism and all the stuff that you missed and blah blah blah. Like with Yubaba's room, something about it's all European and stuff.
Yeah,
and then like the people who work for her are like gluttonous, and because that. No Face came in and like had all this gold and stuff and like and so, like something like that.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of stuff that like people try to like Easter eggs that people.
I get real iffy. Like sometimes being too clever by half isn't good. So like with like music, sometimes keeping it simple just works. Like critics will fawn over something that's so intricate, and it's like, yeah, but it's out of reach. Like
it's my issue with when people talk about lore.
Yeah.
Oh, the lore is so good. But how's the show?
Yeah.
Like Star Wars has great lore, but they have bad movies. They have bad shows.
Right.
So it's like I think people get kind of lost in that sometimes, and they forget like how the show was. How the show actually was.
Yeah. I'm even like I'll say Drake, one of my favorite probably my favorite project of his is If You're Reading This Is Too Late, which is not lyrics heavy and it's actually more straightforward than most of his projects, and I just think it works because it's simple and straightforward. Where I get Mr. Morale and the Good Steppers from like Kendrick Lamar, and I think it's good, but I don't get a lot of replay value from it. It's a little too much. Sometimes keeping it simple. Obviously good City is phenomenal, and I was listening to that more than both of those. But it's like the more intricate it's got, I don't know if I've gotten more enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, because sometimes I think like you can outthink the room.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, you didn't have to do all of that. Like you can just do it this simple way, and it's actually could be more effective than you trying to add all these different things into it.
That's what I think the problem is with Boy and the Heron. He's trying to outthink the room.
Yeah.
Once again, I know it's his.
And it's done him well.
It's done him well. I get it. It's his passion project. It's his laugh project. He can do what he wants. But Spirited Away to me drove it home being a lot simpler.
Yeah, I was like, oh, thank God, simple, and it's easy to follow, and it's just.
You can call us idiots. I don't give a shit. I thought it was too much. Boy and the Heron was just a little too much.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm gonna watch it again because I was ready to come here and just flame the Boy and the Heron.
I think they were both 2 hours, and Boy and the Heron felt like 2.5.
You sure it wasn't 2.5?
I thought it was just. I know.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I could have sworn it was just 2 hours. Well, because I know Spirited Away was 2 hours.
That was 2 hours. It was just shy of 2 hours.
Yeah, I could have sworn Boy and the Heron was just 2, or maybe it was 2.5 hours.
Wow, it was just 2 hours.
Did it feel a little bit longer?
I felt every minute of the 2 hours. I was dozing. I had to go to the bathroom. I felt every minute of it.
I was like, man, I wish I could hit pause. Like, I'll watch this tomorrow.
Cause
it was a little tough.
Like the fun bits were way deep into the movie.
Yeah,
it was so deep. I was like, well, I started perking up. Like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I was like, this grief is griefing. It's taking a long time.
Yeah, I get it. I should have watched it in English. I should have went earlier. I should have saw it twice. I know, but I still think it could have. It didn't even excite me to watch it again. Like,
yeah, no, I was like, I didn't want to watch it a second time, but
yeah, I stand on it. I stand on business. Anyways, anything else you want to say about Spirited Away? Good movie. You should watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, that's
fun.
That's all I got for it.
Yeah, Spirited Away, good movie if you haven't seen it. A lot of fun, great animation. Boy and the Heron, great animation. Masterpiece, but a very boring masterpiece. I'm sorry.
Boring masterpiece. A snoozer from a masterpiece.
I'm gonna watch it again. I'm sure I'll have more nicer things to say about it. But anyways, all right, that's the show.
All right, that's it.
I have an idea for next episode. We have a bit of time.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should do Vinland Saga.
All right, well, Vinland Saga.
I think we should do Vinland Saga.
All
I
right.
think you'll like it.
All right, Mappa.
Mappa again. Cracking the whip.
Those slave masters at Mappa.
Mappa. And
yes.
That's going to be our topic for next week. Anyways,
yes.
Thanks for watching the Hidden Sound Pod. I am Say Nave. That is my daughter yelling in the camera, in the mic.
All right.
Anyways, follow us. Don't forget. Anyways, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Deuces.